it's really exciting. I mean, we work on these movies so long and with just a small group of people, and to be here tonight and see the turnout, I mean, this is looking beautiful. We're very excited. That's about 3.5 to 4 years. I mean, when the first idea comes up, we just ask ourselves lots of questions. Starts with Post-it notes really on these boards, and there's probably more on the floor of ideas we have that get discarded. And we start to really talk about character, then eventually start to write pages. Bobby and Kristen are involved right from the beginning, the songwriters. They're intimately involved in the development of the characters and the story. Eventually it writes songs, then it's a back and forth. It's a very messy process. They'll write songs that inspire the script changes, and that inspires new songs. We work on it pretty much until just a couple months ago. Well, the one thing we knew was we knew where we wanted Anna and Elsa to end the movie. So that was sort of our true north, our guiding. But how we were going to get there, how we were going to earn that changed quite a bit. There was probably 40 versions of the script. There were many songs that got written and then discarded, not because they weren't good songs, they were great songs, they just no longer fit the story as it was changing. Yeah, I think that's a question we ask ourselves. It's really a hard question to answer. Personally, I think it's, we create a believable world. It's not really a realistic one, it's believable. I mean, you have a snowman that can talk, and you have Elsa who has these ice powers, and somehow you believe it. But it really comes down to Anna and Elsa and that relationship. They're not perfect. I think they're flawed characters, and that makes them relatable, and you can watch that dynamic of the push and pull for the two of them. I think people can relate to that. Well, there is pressure, but we agreed we were going to leave that pressure outside the story room and really focus the way we did the first movie. Let it come from the characters, let it come from the story, let the songs evolve from that. Trust the process that we went through in the first one. It's the exact same creative team, and we work really well together, but you just sort of have to let that evolve. I think they've done 7 amazing new songs. I think the songs in this movie, I think they've outdone themselves. Yeah, they've definitely matured. It's been 3 years, and we kind of looked at it like Anna and Elsa at the end of the first movie. It was happily ever after. But we know that happily ever after doesn't always stay that way. Life has a way of throwing additional obstacles at you. But we even looked at our own kids who were graduating college, and that idea of, okay, you put in all of that work to get to this point, but now what? What's your purpose? What are you meant to do? So change can be scary, but if you persevere, you make it through it, and you get somewhere wonderful. But you have to be active. You have to actually go for it. I hope that they say, wow, I wasn't expecting that, in a good way, that they feel the power of family, the power of being willing to listen to that inner voice, to be willing to actually take action and participate in the world that we all live in.
We were just saying, we're getting a lot of the pressure questions. Now we're getting them, so I think we're feeling it now. But no, I think we're really proud of the film. We're really proud of where our characters have gone and where they end up at the end of this one. So I don't know. Hopefully the audience will take them on a really fun, exciting, and satisfying journey.
We did this one because we love these characters. We miss them. We knew there was more story to tell. We were very naive in that we didn't worry about the pressure because we just knew we wanted to be with them again. So it's been a great ride. We feel lucky we got to go back. It was a little over a year before we decided. We kept hearing all these questions we had also. We saw them animated in a small short and we missed them. And we said, we have more story to tell, we want to go back in. But we did research,
went to Norway, Finland, Iceland, and
took our time.
A lot of research at home too. So just trying to get back into the characters, get back into the world. Bobby and Kristen Lopez are geniuses, and we work with them every day. And we looked at this one a little bit differently in that if you look at FROZENI, it's sort of Act 1 of a Broadway musical, this would be Act 2. So you get to go a little deeper, a little more emotional with the songs, but of course we have a lot of fun with them too. So.
We still ask that question ourselves, and we ask people. The nice thing is we get different answers, so I think people see something personally for themselves. I love that we're telling a story about two sisters, and not two sisters who are against each other, but two sisters who are on each other's side trying to navigate the world. And I think for us that's more authentic to the lives we live. Certainly not with the ice powers, but we can dream. But I think that's for us what the core of it is a story of two sisters trying to navigate through the world, fight fear, and lead with love.
Well, we've had a few screenings, and so far they've gone really well. And the nice thing is that people have said it was really unexpected, but in a fantastic way. And,
yeah, we don't repeat the first. We definitely evolve and grow with the characters, and it's more of a mystery. It's a musical mystery, and much more mythic. We have to do two. There's so many, but Into the Unknown and Lost in the Woods right now. I've been on loops the last few days. And then there's Anna's song.
Anna's song.
This soundtrack.
Kristoff's song. Olaf's song. I mean, I'm sorry. They're our kids. We can't hear.
I think they outdid themselves with the soundtrack. We love it.
It feels thrilling, actually. It's very exciting. We're just so proud. We're proud of this film. We're proud to be in a film that's led by two female characters. That's all about love, familial love and self-love, and not based on a love for a man. And there's so many wonderful themes in this film. It's so nice to get back with the whole creative team. We really love each other a lot. And I'd say the adjustment is just that in the first film, Elsa was kind of afraid of her powers and hurting the people that she loved, and in this film, she's owning them. They're not iconic yet, but I think they're amazing, and they're beautifully written, and they speak to her emotional journey, and I'm just really proud to be able to sing their music, the Lopez's. You know, I think this film's even better than the first. It's deeper, it's more soulful, you really get to know the characters in a more meaningful way, but you just gotta put it out there, and now it's for everyone else, it's not ours anymore.
It feels very, very, very exciting. I'm kind of overwhelmed by how gigantic this is. It's very exciting. So Kristoff in Frozen 2 is ready to take his relationship with Anna to the next level and propose marriage. But he's not great being a mountain man and living most of his life alone with his best friend Sven the reindeer. He's not great at expressing his feelings, particularly love feelings. So he sings a jam 80s ballad about it about halfway through the movie. Recording this song was a total dream. Bobby and Kristen Lopez are the amazing composers who were also the composers for the first movie, and I don't think they can write a bad song, and I couldn't imagine how they were going to get Kristoff to sing, and then they exceeded any expectation I ever had. Yeah, I think that one of the big themes of Frozen 2 is growth, and instead of the filmmakers deciding to involve a lot of new characters into the story, they decided to take the characters they had from the first movie and deepen them and grow them and make them more complex. And Kristoff gets that same treatment as does the rest of the characters in the movie. I think that the first movie of Frozen turned all the kind of Disney princess movies on their head by making the true love at the end of the movie about familial love as opposed to a woman needing love from a man. And I think that the second movie continues to sort of break ground and flip expectations as well.
I think it resonates for a number of reasons. I think having two daughters myself, I've had the opportunity and been blessed to see firsthand how it connects on the level of sisters and siblings embracing a story that is about that kind of connection that other movies don't necessarily showcase. You know, in the first Frozen, the definition of true love wasn't your typical fairy tale ending where a prince comes in to save the day with a kiss. It was about the love and the bond that siblings have for each other. And I think on that level it connects. And also the music you can't say enough about what Bobby Lopez and Kristen Anderson-Lopez have achieved. Let It Go has become an anthem for the ages, and I think that they've not only matched the quality in the sequel, but I think song for song may even be even better. I absolutely love it. Well, you know, primarily there's a lot of beautiful, wonderful themes in the movie, but primarily it's a movie about growing up. It's a movie about growth, and not only embracing stepping into the unknown as it relates to your future, but embracing your past, dealing with certain answers that may not be easy. For Olaf, he's sort of gone from this bundle of naivete, this very toddler-esque character in the first one, into a more mature character that's now going through some existential crisis. And in a way that is both an amazing comedic opportunity, but it's also an opportunity to do something emotionally that I don't think we got a chance to do in the first film necessarily with Olaf. And so I think there's so many rich themes to embrace, and without spoiling too much of it, I will say that every audience that I've seen come out of the movie comes out with something different that's personal to them. I think that everything that you loved about the first one, you will find again in this film. What I think it does is it's a standalone film that is so wonderfully rich, so wonderfully entertaining, but I think it somehow makes the first movie that much richer as well, because it provides a context to so many of the questions that Anna and Elsa and all of the characters, frankly, were dealing with and trying to encounter. And now it provides a context, like I said, for all of them. Again, that's a credit to Bobby and Kristen. It's my second time working with them as a team, as a collaborative team, and my third time working with Bobby Lopez, who also wrote the music for Book of Mormon, which I originated. And so Bobby, in particular, knows my voice better than I do at this point, and so he always knows how to write musically for me, but also knows comedically exactly where I'm going to stick the landing. And I'm so grateful for that partnership. I think that they are two of the greatest living composers alive right now. So I'm honored that I keep getting opportunities to sing their songs. Samantha. It seems to be a fan favorite. That was a line that was completely improv on the day. The script said, Olaf is looking frantically for Anna and Elsa in the woods. And I look at Jen and I look at Chris and I go, I'm going to try something insanely weird right now. Just go with me. I did it. And then I see the movie and I'm like, well, there it is. It somehow ended up in the film. So I'm so grateful. So it's amazing. Yeah, it's great because they let me play. It's such a collaborative experience, and they always allow for improv, and so much of that improv ends up in the final film. Samantha, I hope you're watching tonight. I hope Samanthas all over the world are watching tonight, and I hope that every Samantha goes to buy tickets to this love letter called Frozen 2. Thank you.